Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel and to another episode of Chaotic Madness. In today's video, I have my first ever order from Sweetie Nail Supply. I have been eyeballing their shop for a long time, and finally I was like, they had something I wanted to try, a couple of things. So went ahead, placed a little order. So we're gonna see what I got. And then I'm going to do, it's summertime, you know, it's the mid-June. So I was thinking of doing some type of fruit nail. We're gonna see where that takes us. I have an idea in mind, but we're gonna see where it goes. I have these really cool little fruit, little pieces that I got from Young Nails a few months ago, and I've not used them yet, and I want to use them. So that's what we're going to do. But first, let's get to what I got in my little Sweetie nail haul. I did this in two little loops, but let me get everything out first, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so first thing that was in the box was a little card that has their socials and the website, Sweetie Nail Supply. So a little thank you card. And let's start off with, I've got some of Crazy Top, and I have seen a few people use this, and oh, I love that it comes so sealed. Let me get my little scissors here. So this is a really thick no wipe overlay gel, and that might come in handy with what I'm trying to do today. But I think also it works well if you're doing like I've seen it being good for designs, also just, you know, locking your charms without, you know, so you don't have like the gaps in between that might get caught in your hair. But we do like that it's nice and sealed like that. This is JIN.B, but I've been eyeballing this for a long time. Also, one of the main things that I wanted to try was Career. So I've been using, as you guys know, I use if I can get it out, I normally use the Jello here, this combo. Still love it, but I always like to try new things. And I seen Jonelle, she uses this one, and I love watching her nail sets. She always comes up with some of the cutest designs. But I seen her using this one, and I waited for Sweetie Nail Supply to come back in stock with this, and as soon as I got that notification, I was in the shop. So we're going to try this. I'm going to use this on the nails today and then see how it works with taking it off next time I do my set. So we're going to use that. And I was watching, oh, I don't even remember where I seen it at, but this is, and I'm not, DVOK, hopefully I'm saying that right. Open this up without cutting myself. This is a matte top coat, and I specifically got this one, actually this and this was bought together with a certain purpose in mind. I seen them using it when they did chrome, and it worked well as far as like, you know, topping this and then using that. This left like no traces of the chrome powder when you dusted it off. So I was influenced, so I got it. All right, and then I got Zigzag Gel by Jello. And I only got the one. I should have got a couple more, but it is what it is. But this is supposed to be, you can create little designs on it, and it's supposed to be like an iridescent color, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So See if it goes back in there. I'm excited to use that. And let's see, I got a whole bunch of, a couple of things from Jello that I've been wanting to try as well. And these are all individually packaged. We don't mind that. All right, so I have, ooh, these bottles are pretty. Look at that glow, that shimmer, that iridescent. Okay, so I've got Killing Base Gel, Tip Off Gel, and the Killing Top Gel. So this is what I want to try to use today. So we're gonna see how it goes. And I've seen several people using this, and this is the caramel, whatever. I'm from North Carolina. That caramel tip gel. So to do, you know, when you put your nails on the tip stands. So I hate using that putty. So I wanted to get some of this. So, and the last thing that I got is, I believe this is from DGEL. Make sure I'm opening this the right way. Oh, yes. Ooh. Oh, this is in a nice tin container. So this is painting gel. So I want to get better with my nail art, or try, you know, do some certain things. So they had this, and yeah, a whole bunch of different colors. I love these little clear, that they come like with these little toppers on there. Oh yeah. So I got those. And I think there's 1, 2, 3. That's 15 colors. So, oh, is this a silver? Ooh. Let's open it up. Oh, it's clear. Okay, cool. Because of the top, I thought maybe it was silver, but it's clear. That's all right. So yeah, I'm excited to have these. They're going to help me out with my artwork, or trying to do some artwork, shall I say. But that is it for my little mini haul. And we're gonna, I'm gonna put this somewhere. That's gonna go back there for now. So we are going to get into doing some nails. So off camera, I went ahead, and what I'm going to use to do the fruit nails, I have this little fruit tray that I got from Young Nails. And you can see there's, I mean, so many different kinds of pieces of fruit to use. I had a hard time deciding which ones I wanted to use. And these on the bottom are flowers. I will probably do that in a different one. But I think for this one, I took out some of the strawberries here. I got a little bit of the dragon fruit. And I think this is a rose apple. I believe so. I think, you know, it's like a pink apple. So I think that's, so I took some of those out. And I also have some lemons, because summertime, lemons. And I also took out some of these little grape ones and some kiwis. So I have some of those sitting to the side. I'll see what I want to use. But to, let me put this somewhere in case I need some more. To put the nails on, I'm going to be using the Patty Gel Coffin Dual Forms. I love these. I already have my sizes picked out to the side, so we'll get to that in a moment. But for right now, I have on, and this is finally healed, so I can do some stuff. I'm gonna take off right now. I have a layer of like base coat hard gel on, so I am going to file this off. I don't need to do much cuticle work. I mean, I might, you know, just push back the cuticles a little bit and so forth. But before I put this on, I did a good cuticle prep a couple of weeks ago. So I'm not too concerned about my cuticles. I mean, I got a little growth, but a little growth is fine. I don't like to over manipulate my cuticles because that's, to me, can cause a little bit of extra damage. And if I don't have to, I'm not going to. So what we are going to do, I've got my drill here, my little Melody Susie e-file. And I'm gonna take, let me get my dust collector. All right, so I pulled out my Melody Susie dust collector. I haven't used this in a while. And the only reason I don't use it so much is because it needs to be plugged in. My Young Nails one is rechargeable. I do want to get their updated one that they have that is not, you know, you don't have to have it plugged in, but I really do like my Melody Susie. So with that being stated, I'm going to get my drill bit so we can take off some of this stuff. And I'm not going to file it all off, you know, about 80% of it is what I want to file off as soon as I can. I tell you, your girl over here, I work in straight mayhem. That's how I do things, organized chaos. And I was looking on their website and I wanted to get the one that locks in. So I don't like having to pull it out like that. So I think I might be making another purchase here soon when I get the new dust collector, and being able to lock that in like how it is on my big drill. But I still like this one because there's no cord. So it works. All right, but we're going to turn it on and get some of this off. I'm gonna switch out my bit. Use something a little bit smaller. I got tiny little nails right now. I'll save that long one for when I actually got the nails on and I got a file in shape. So we are just going to take out, I'm gonna use this one right here. I'm gonna use this to get some of the rest of this off. And I'm not going fast at all. I'm like I'll keep it at between like 3 and 4. I'm not trying to overfile my nails. Okay, I took about 80, let's focus first. I took about 80% of the product off of my nails, and What I'm gonna do is, I can't remember if I used a peel off when I did these or not, so I am going to soak them with just a little bit of acetone, just to help make sure I get everything off before I go in with everything. All right, I have these little nail cap things that I know y'all seen before. So we're gonna use these. And I have, in my little bottle, I have some acetone in here. And first though, I'm going to put on for some protection on my nails because I don't want the acetone to dry them out too much. I'm gonna go in real quick with some cuticle oil. Put these in half. And then we're just gonna get them put on. Just gonna put them on like so, and put the little caps on. All right, I got them all on, so I'm gonna sit here for about 10-15 minutes, and then I'll be back. All right, been about 15 minutes. So now I'm gonna let me get a paper towel. All right, I'm gonna take these off and then see if I can gently scrape that off. Oh, there we go. Satisfied with that removal. Just gonna dust that off. We're gonna get rid of these little bits. All right, now that I have them off, now I'm gonna go in and do a little bit of nail prep, not too much, because we are just gonna go on with a peel off base, but I am gonna go ahead and spray them with alcohol and wipe them down a little bit. Just taking a lint-free wipe and just wiping these off just a bit. A 240 grit sanding band, since I'm going on my natural nails. I don't want to over file. Oops. All right, I'm going to score my sanding band first so I don't cut myself by accident. And I'm at about 5,000. And I'm just gonna go, ooh. And before I even do that, let me wipe this off with alcohol. From where I took the stuff off. Okay. Now I'm going to just go in. I'm gonna gently, because I don't need to do much. Just gently push them back. Okay, now we go on with the sanding band. And I'm just going to go around the cuticle area and try to get up the rest of that residue. Okay, with that, I'm gonna dust that off. Looking good. All right. Okay. Take my file. This is a 240-180, and I'm going to just file down my free edge because I think I'm going to have them clear for the most part, and I don't want my natural nail to show through too much. I'm just going to take a little buffer. I'm just going to buff the surface a little bit before I go in with my swipe. All right, now I'm going to go in with a couple of pumps of the swipe just to disinfect and dehydrate my nail plate. All right, now I'm going to go in with the peel off base, the clear. I'm so excited to try this. All right, let's see what the consistency looks like. Okay. Wonder if it's how comparable it is to the Jello. It seems about the same. All right. But we are going to put a layer of this on, and then we are going to cure in the lamp. All right, and to start this off, we are going to go in with the Jello Killing Base Gel. I'm pretty excited to use this. And it is very thick consistency. I'm gonna put this on all the nails and then cure for 60 seconds. We are all nice and cured. So now we are going to take our dual forms here. Already got them sized out. And we're gonna go in with the Jello tip-off gel. So I'm gonna use this to attach the dual forms to create my extension. So I'm going to get my flash cure lamp, get that ready to go. And we're just gonna take this and let's see here. Oh yeah. And I'm just gonna do one nail at a time. I'm not gonna put them all on at the same time. I'm just gonna take some and put it in here. And then what I'm gonna do is just put a little bit more there in the center. But I will go in and fill in if I see any gaps once I have it on. You know me, always gotta try something new. Okay. Go ahead and turn my flash lamp on. And I'm just going to place that on. And then flash cure without it overflowing too much. Okay. And now I'm going to, there is a bit of a gap in between, so I'm going to take a little bit more here. Let me get a liner brush. So I'm going to take a little bit of this and put it on my little palette here. And I'm just going to take a little bit and I'm just going to try to fill in a little gap. Oh, no, it's not focusing. Focus, here we go. Alright, I was trying to make sure there's no bubbles in there since it's clear. And so now, whoop, I'm going to flash cure this from the underside first. Then now I'm going to put this in my lamp and just cure it for a whole 60. Let's see. Okay. Seeing if it will come off. Oh, I don't know if y'all can see. Okay. Oh. So she's a little thin, but I'm gonna go in and I will add some, I'm gonna add some extra coats to it. So let's add a layer here. This is my first time doing this, but I'm pretty excited about it. This is interesting. I'm gonna have to fix this little, well, if y'all can see, I will have to fix that little side there, but I think I can make it work. All right, let me cure that. All right, I got one nail done, and she's looking a little funky, but I think the first one always is a little funky because I'm trying something different. So I like experimenting, and this is one of those times where I'm experimenting. But I think I've figured out what I need to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply the rest of them off camera, and then I'll be back to do my thumb. Right. I think I've kind of mastered a little bit of a technique for myself. So I've got these other ones on and they're looking better than the pinky. So I'm going to show you guys what I came up with. So what I did was I took the tip off gel here, and like I said, I'm just going off, I've never done this before, but I wanted to try it. So I gotta do what works for me, even if I see other people using this product. But I put some on the nail. And like putting on, essentially like putting on full cover tips. And then to make sure, because it is clear, and I want to make sure that I get everywhere. Make sure I put enough, but I make sure that I bring it up to the sides. I don't want any gaps. Just make sure I put enough in there. And I'm not worried about making it super thick, because I am going to go over it with the overlay gel. And then it's also going to have a top coat on there once I have the design on. So that I'm not concerned about. All right. And so I do that, making sure that I got all the sides. Okay. And then I take it here, cut my lamp on, and then I just, you know, just like a regular form, and then just kind of drop it onto the plate. I'm not going to press. And then I kind of just let it level itself out. Now, if I see that I need to put more gel in there later, then I will. But if I don't need to, then I leave it alone. But it looks like this one should be good. So I'm going to flash cure that. And then what I do is I go back in here at the bottom. And I just add another little layer just to make sure, and then to, you know, get it to the length that I want it. And I'll go in after they're all done and make sure all the nails are the same length. But I just go in here and just make sure all the sides are covered. I mean, I could have did this with poly gel too, but I wanted to really use this product. I'm just making sure that I got it all up on all the sides, and then I'm going to put it in my lamp to cure. Okay, now that I have that, and I'm going to pop this off now. All right, and there we go. And I'm using the tweezers because I didn't make it very, very thick on the end, because I've got some other stuff I need to, you know, I'm gonna put some stuff on there, make it a little thicker, but this is what we are working with right now. I'm not too mad at it. After I got the hang of what I wanted to do, and I wanted them clear, and they are clear. I like it. Okay, so we are going to take, before I get into anything, I'm going to take a lint-free wipe, and I'm just going to wipe off the surface. And then a little bit underneath. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is just take a, let me score this first. Oh. This is one I used last time, so this is good to go. I'm just going to take my hand file here, and I'm just going to go around the cuticle. All right, I'm gonna dust that off a little bit. Ooh. No, besides this pinky, I'm mad at him. I ain't mad at him. So what I am gonna do is I'm going to go in one more layer with the tip-off gel, and then I'm going to crispen up my shape. Ooh. It's a bunch of mess happening here. All right, so this is what we got. I'm okay with it. I'm gonna wipe this with some alcohol. All right, if I can get a little sheet here, a little lint-free wipe. We're gonna wipe the surface. And I had to cut them down a little bit shorter because it was a little too thin on one of them, and as I was clipping the edge, it broke off more than I wanted it to. That's okay. We adapt. We overcome. It's cool. I'm gonna get out my dust collector again. Ooh. so we can get the filing and shapings. All right, so I have everything. I have filed them, I have shaped them and buffed them. I think they look pretty good. I even fixed this little pinky one where it was a little wonky underneath it. That's okay, but we're not done. I am going to go in with a layer of the base coat that I'm going to use this as a base coat. There we go, focus. Right. So we've got the base coat on. They're not as clear as I would like them to be. Oh, you know what? It might be I forgot to top coat the underside, so I think a lot of dust ended up getting stuck to the bottom, and that's okay. So what I am going to do is just go in with a top coat underneath, and then I'm just going to readjust on how I was going to do the design. So I top coated them, and they actually, now they look pretty clear. So I guess that was where my fault was I didn't top coat them. So maybe we can continue on like we wanted to. But I did go in with the Killing Top gel. That's what I top coated them on the underside with. So now that we have that, we're gonna keep going. Okay, so I have my little fruit pieces here that I picked out. And I'm gonna go in and create like a nail bed because I want the free edge or the nail tip to be clear. So I'm gonna take, got fuzz sticking in my glove. So I'm gonna take, and I don't know what nail is gonna have what fruit. I don't think it really matters, actually. But I'm gonna take and just put this as evenly as I can, somewhat, on my nail. It's gonna help me do my smile line or whatever. Okay, and I'm going to actually, what I put on for my smile line is going to dictate what fruit goes where, because I'm going to use a cat eye to do that. So let me get out my magnet real quick. So I guess I need to figure out which fruit is going to go on this finger. Yeah, I'll do the strawberries on this finger. So I'm going to go in with the Nail Boo one, the Cherry Bomb. It doesn't want to stay down. You know what? That's fine. We're gonna freehand it then. I'm going to take my liner brush here and I'll just freehand my smile line. And it don't have to be perfect. Okay, we're going to take our magnet. Let me use my other one. Oh, my hair keeps getting in my face. I see everybody do this. They get rid of the, let's see, so they get rid of the cat eye. So I'm going to cure this. And then I see them, and I don't know, supposed to like activate it more? I don't know. But then I see them go back in with another coat. And then do the cat eye. Make sure I got it where I want it. We're just working with that net over here, people. That's what we do. Okay. I mean, I don't know if it has any different effect, but you know. Focus. Cure that. I don't know if it looks any better or if it doesn't. I don't know if there's a difference. But from here, I am going to go in. I'm going to use some rhinestone glue gel. And I'm going to use this to put my little fruit pieces where I want them to go. I was going to add another layer, but I'm going to go over all of the fruit with either the crazy top or the top gel again. So I don't want to make them too thick. So we're just going to sporadically place some strawberries. I've got no real particular order about how I want these to go or how many. Clearly not that many because my nail ink was so big. I'm gonna put as many on there as I can. Keep going, little fruit. Let me flash cure this in place. Little fruits. Look at my little fruits. Okay. So I'm gonna do this to the rest of the nails, and I'm just gonna add, you know, everyone is gonna have their own little fruit, and then I'm going to put some top coat on all of them. So let me get my little fruits on. All right, so I am going to do the rest of my hands, but I'm gonna let it play out while I do them so you guys can see while I put it on. But it'll be sped up a little bit, but I'm gonna let it play out, do something different. All right, guys, we are back, and this is what I have so far. I got my pieces on there. My brain operates. I have an idea of what I want to do, and then I just come in here and do it. Whether or not it's going to turn out how I picture it, whole nother ball game. But you know what? I come in here, I give it a good effort, and then at least I can say, this was my creation. So I did change the cat eye on these two, and I just stuck with, like, not trying to do it like the Frenchie. I just kind of, you know, gave them a little pizzazz. So what I'm gonna do, because a lot of these are, obviously the little pieces are sticking up. My initial plan was to have them kind of embedded in there when I did the dual forms, but I couldn't figure that out. So that's for another time, another place. But I'm going to use this crazy top because I'm really curious about it. So I'm going to use this to cover up my these might be some thickened nails, because I'm gonna finish these nails. Let me get my brush. I'm just gonna use a regular, one of my gel brushes that I have. And actually this one is from LG and Pro. So I'm just gonna take, this is, oh yeah, she got some thickness to her. And all I'm gonna do is float this across to try to cover my little fruities. All right, y'all. This is, like I said, it's not turning out the way that my vision was there. So what I did was, after I put on the top, crazy top, I went ahead and like tried to file them down a little bit. So, you know, cause the fruit pieces are a little chunky, you know, but it is what it is. And these not gonna stay on that long. So I'm gonna go in, let me put a paper towel down. Splashes everywhere. I'm just dusting this with some of the swipe just to get some of the dust off from my filing. Because these nails are definitely a lot thicker than what I wanted them to be. But it is what it is. It's my creation. I ain't even mad at it. And I'm gonna go in with the Killing the Top gel. And yeah. All right, let's cure. All right, I have washed my hands. I'm going to wipe these down with some, with some alcohol. My lint-free wipe. And then for today, we gotta go in with the rose oil from your nails. Let's moisturize these cuticles. So this is this is our final look. And the thought process was there. You know, we will get better. The concept was there. Yeah, I think the kiwi is my favorite nail. That one came out really nice. And I think the thumb came out nice. The other ones, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, this is it. You know what? I said fruit nails. I did fruit nails. Whether or not it's an accomplishment or a success, that's to be determined, but I followed through. So that is all I have today for this episode of Chaotic Madness. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, one more thing. My daughter is going to start helping me to design some nails. She's going to start giving me some ideas because she does draw. She's an artist. So she wanted to kind of help me out in the nail game. So I think the next set that I do is going to be something that she kind of put together, and I'm going to put my own little spin on it. So, but I'll throw in there when she does it, you know, she might have her own little her own little episode series.
Okay, so I just did these yesterday, and I went ahead and I had to refile them, and I tried to debulk them because I wanted to keep them on for a little bit, but they were just way too thick. So I tried to file them as much as I could, and I just re-top coated them. I'm gonna have to attack this again. We will come back to this and do it better.
I hope y'all enjoyed today's little mini haul from Sweetie Nails and watching me suffer through these fruit nails. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode for some more chaotic madness, because that's what I love to do, work in chaos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, see you.